Let me clear my throat. M50 part 2, I guess you call it part 2. This little camera, this little thing, this little mirrorless device, Canon mirrorless device, is just taken over my mind. I've had it now for about 4 weeks. I got it for street photography because my 5D Mark II, look at the difference in the size. Can you see? I don't know if you can see the difference in the size of these. Look from the back. Look at that. And look from the side. And look from the front. I know you can't feel the weight, but this, you could get 2 of these and it still wouldn't weigh one of this, with this 24 to 70 f4 lens on it, which is considered a light lens, weighs about 600 grams. This weighs about 4. The lens weighs 600 grams. This weighs about 400 grams altogether. The body of this is, was it 800 grams plus? I've been carrying this around all year, or since I got it. And before that, I was carrying around 70D and 7Ds in my side bag. And it's contributed to my back pain. Trapped nerve. Well, in fact, it's not even trapped nerve. It's the muscles have tensed up so much through constantly carrying this baby around. As much as I love the 5D Mark II, I had to do something about it. So hence this, the mirrorless Canon M50. I've been using it on the street for about, as I said, 4 weeks, and it is just amazing. I'm getting used to it more and more. And I'm loving it, you know. The mere fact that you can carry this thing and you don't feel no weight. The mere fact that it has a silent shutter, which I actually found, the last time I reviewed it, I would listen to the normal shutter. This is the normal shutter sound. This is a normal shutter. It's quite quiet as a normal shutter, but let me switch it over to silent mode now. I don't know why Canon hid, it's like they hid the silent mode. You have to go into a special scene mode, and it's buried down there in the menus somehow. This is the silent mode. Listen to this, listen to this, listen to this. I just took a picture. Listen. Listen, can you hear anything? That sound you can probably hear is this lens, this Tokina 1116. It's refocusing and focusing. It makes a little sound. But listen to this. Just took a picture. Just took another one. Absolutely silent. This thing is amazing. And I know it is styled as a beginner's camera. That's the way I've seen the reviews and the way it's styled, as a beginner's camera. But if you put the EF lens adapter on, which allows you to basically put anything that I've got on these DSLRs, I can put onto this mirrorless camera. It turns it into a wonder machine. Trust me. I actually tried it out in an event, because I didn't really want to use this for events. It was just for street photography for the weight issue. But I had an event to do and I thought, let me just try it out. And oh my God, the image quality for the stills, because I was taking stills, I weren't videoing, the image quality in the low light of these events, you know, the halls and dimly lit spaces, the image quality of this smashes this 5D2. Given this is a 10-year-old machine, but this is an entry level, beginner level camera, and it smashes the image quality on a 5D Mark II in low light. You can go up to 6400 on this. It's amazing. So this thing is, maybe on spec sheet it doesn't look that great, and I understand there are better cameras out there with better specs, but for what it does and for the price point, because I got this for I think it was about 550 quid, body only, 550. For what it is, And remember, it can do 4K. I haven't tested the 4K yet. Not interested in 4K yet. But it can do it. This machine is so great. It is so great. I'm enjoying it so much. Especially the silent shutter. You can just put this on your shoulder like this in street photography. Yeah. Just took a picture. Just took another one. Just took another one. You could not get away. Some of the images that I've taken with this camera, you just could not get away with it with a DSLR. So yes, I am really loving it. What can I say about it? What can I say? If you've never bought a camera and you're considering buying a Canon, I would definitely recommend the M50. The battery life is the only downside to this camera, and even that I've learned to live with. It's like when you go out with a SLR in the old days, when we used to do street photography in the old days, I'm showing my age now. When we used to do street photography in the old days, you go out with a roll of film, or you might go out with 2 rolls of film. Well, most of the time I went out with 1 roll of film. This battery in here is like going out with 1 roll of film. When the battery's done, it's done. You go home. And because of that, it makes you consider carefully the images that you're going to take. You're not just going to go out there and spray, spray, spray. You'll take time and you'll consider what images you're going to use, what images you're going to take, whether you're going to take it, whether you're going to try, because you find yourself trying all kinds of things when you know in your mind it's not going to work. Not with this when you've got 1 battery. It makes you think about it. And that's the only reason why I wouldn't really use it in events, because I found myself doing the same thing in events. Certain pictures I would have just clapped it. You know, I would have just went and got it. But because I only had the 1 battery, and I'm silly in it, because I only had the 1 battery, I had to really be discerning, which is a good thing, as I said. So definitely M50, I can't praise it enough. The electronic viewfinder, can't praise it enough. You're actually seeing the image before you've actually taken it. It is displayed perfectly as it is going to appear. It is WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. So there is no need to actually review the image on the back afterwards, because you've already seen it before you took it. It's amazing. It's really good. One kind of weird thing though, when I was doing events with this, there was a period where I put a flash on the top, because you can't really use the pop-up flash with these long lenses because it casts a shadow on the subject. So I had my flash on the top. And when you fire doing flash photography in the EVF, you don't actually see the flash. It doesn't. It's really weird. It's like you take the picture, you press the shutter, and you find yourself, did the flash go off? Did the flash? Because you can't see it in the EVF. So that is a kind of little weird thing. But other than that, this is the machine, man. This is the way forward for the 21st century. And I can't wait to see what Canon's going to bring out in the full frame line. I know it's going to be absolutely amazing if this has got anything to go by. So those of you who are considering an M50, don't go by the beginner status thing. I think they've just put that on there for marketing. If you know how to hook this thing up, this is dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. And I am loving it. And I'm going to have to do the click sound because you can't hear nothing. Click, 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 click. Click, 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 click. Yes. Brilliant.